Greetings guys, welcome back. And today we're going to try and get back into the Live in the 55 series. We're going to be doing a little bit of welding today. I'm going to go grab my floor support for the driver's side. There's a support that welds in that kind of is supposed to keep the cowl in place. And we're going to put it back there. Now we're not doing new because this is a rat rod and that's what we're looking for. So I'm going to show you the piece in a second. We're going to basically hit it with the wire wheel, clean it up a little bit. We're going to weld it in place, and that's going to be today's mission. See you in a bit. Here we go, guys. Here is our cowl support bracket, I guess you could call it. Goes up against the wall right here on the side. We're going to put a bead of weld around the bottom of it. You can see the hole here. That is actually for access to the body mount bolt that goes straight through there. We're going to get this finished up today. We're really not going to do too much more. We're going to hit this with the wire wheel real quick so we can get a cleaned up edge on it so we can weld it properly, and we'll get back right on it. All right, we're back in the car. We're going to get the bracket set up. We're going to do a couple tack welds on it to get it set in place, and then we're going to weld it. It's not the perfect piece. I mean, it's certainly not going to be a showroom queen. This is going to be a rat rod, and that is what Live in the 55 is all about. Stay tuned. We're going to hit it in a few minutes. Do a little time lapse of the welds. All right, guys, and now you can see where we're going with this right here. This is our harness, so we're going to pull this out of the way so we don't damage it. And we're going to put Mr. Bracket into place right here because this is where Mr. Bracket goes. We're going to get him in there. We're going to tack him into place in a couple spots just so he doesn't move too much. And then we're going to hit it with a couple tacks here and there just so she stays. And then we might have to mallet it in place a little bit to kind of reshape it. But that's where she's going to go, and that's how it's going to be. The bolt goes right through the center. The mount's already in there. Bolt's nice and secure. We're going to put this in there and start welding her up. Stay tuned. Well, looks like we got her kind of in place. That is really where I want her. There's really no room to move in here, but we need her against the bulkhead. So I'm going to hit her there, right against the bulkhead. Put a little tack on it, and we'll see what we got. Well, that looked like it came out all right. I gotta pull this over to here. Ay, caramba! Ay, caramba! Okay, we're gonna hit them here. Get a little tack on that. Well, that's ugly, but you know what? We're getting there. And now we're going to go get Mr. Clamp, put Mr. Clamp on it, bring her back into place, and we'll get this thing going. Woo! Okay, that looks like it's in pretty good spot. We're going to move forward from there. We'll get our mallets out of the way. I think I can get through the top between that bracket and just kind of hit it there a little bit. You know what? I'm going to bring that over as well. Bring the bottom over. All right, let's see what we've got here. I've got some space on the bottom. I'm going to try and bring this over just a wee bit more. Oh, look at that. That is what Daddy's looking for. Yeah, right there, baby. All right. I'm going to hit it a little bit right there. I need a different way of going about this, so we're going to put Mr. Peen on there. Hit Mr. Peen a couple times. Alrighty. Here we go. Good enough for government work. I think that's gonna make it. I'll hit it up on the top. Looks like we need a little bit hotter, but that's okay. We're just tacking into place right now. And we're gonna have to give it a little bit of smack down to get the base a little bit more flush with the floor. But we're making progress. Boy, this looks really good. I didn't think I would be doing this today, but here we are. Okay. Let's see here. Okay. We gave the welder a little bit more wango ze tango, as the great Ted Nugent would say. Wango ze tango! 1, 2, 3, 4! Okay, let's see what we've got. It's tacked into place now, so that is really what we're looking for the moment. And the moment is here. Okay. We are going to try and sneak in from behind the clamp to put a little bead on the bracket from behind. Can't really see it that great, but now, to see if our tack weld is good, we're going to pull the clamp off, because I'm kind of shooting through the clamp with the weld, or I'm welding through the clamp. I can't really see what I'm doing, so I'm kind of guessing. And I'm not really good at it anyway. We're just making this up as we go. So, we're going to pull the clamp off, see if it stays in place. If it does, bingo, we're on to the next step. Bingo, we're on to the next step. Except for a little rubber left over because I forgot to take the pad off the clamp. Little bit of goo, getting my goo on you. She doesn't mind a little goo on her. Fantastic. Okie dokie yogi. Now in a couple spots, we're still a little toasty. We need to get the bracket a little bit closer to the bulkhead. So we're going to do that in a couple spots, and we're going to do it by pounding the snot out of it. Snot pounding implement 1. Snot pounding implement 2. This is my lump hammer. I found this in the middle of Wyckoff Avenue back in the 80s. It's been with me forever. It's my favorite hammer. It could be my second favorite hammer, but I'll introduce you to second favorite hammer or first favorite hammer later. Both of them are of equal value. Okay, I don't know if you can see what we're doing, but we're taking the bracket, which is a little bit misshapen because it's a bazillion years old, and the bulkhead, which is also equally misshapen because it's a billion years old, and my father ran this as a pro stock car forever, so there's that. And we're kind of shaping them a little bit. We're going to put a weld on the back side of this. Hopefully my helmet fits in here. It's pretty tight. And we're just going to keep continuing to put some beads on this thing until we're confident that it's in there and it's structurally sound. Like I said again, this isn't going to be some super duper drag car, but it's going to be a rat rod. We intend to drive it around a little bit and burn the tires off it. Now, if you're wondering why I'm not doing this from the driver's side, it's because of my new place. I've got a 2-car garage, but it's very slender. So the driver's side is up against the far wall on the one side. This way, not even pull a beetle buggy in on the other side. Be that as it may, we're still trying to get it done. All right, let's get some more in there. All right, we're gonna leave it like, oops, I can't even see it. We're gonna leave it like that for now. We're gonna make sure nothing's burning because, you know, that's always a possibility here. And then we're gonna come back and hit it again a little bit later, reshape it, put it the rest of the way in, and there we have it. And here we go. By design and by virtue of what it is and what I am, it is ugly, but it's getting into place. What we're going to do next, and this is going to be the next stop because we're going to wrap it up for today because we got to eat lunch and we got a whole bunch of other shit to do. But we're going to, here's my pointer, we're going to peen this end part down against the body, the floor here. We're going to peen it down against there because we got about a 1/4 of an inch gap there, maybe a little bit less, but we're going to get it down there and then we're going to put some welds around it. And that is going to secure the side bulkhead to the floor and make sure that our cowl doesn't do this while we're just driving down the road, burning rubber and all kinds of shit like that. So I suspect we're going to put a cage in this at some point, but for the time being, we want the factory stuff back in there. We just want it looking rat roddy as it deserves to be. So where'd we leave off? We got the cowl support tacked into place, and we're going to wrap it up now. We're going to clean up. What we're going to do next week is we're going to come back. We're going to peen the edges around it so we can get it made it up to the floor and then get that part welded in properly. And then we're going to finish putting this thing together. In the near future, what we're looking at is disc brakes all around because we can't have these drums. Just pulling it in the garage was just an episode of psychotic nightmare. So we're not going to be doing that. But we are going to put discs on it. We're going to rebuild the front control arms with new bushings and stuff like that. And then shortly after it, we'll put a nose on it, and this thing should be ready to at least rip around the neighborhood safely. In the meantime, we're probably going to put a cage in this at some point, but nothing really gung-ho or terrible. It's turning into a rat rod, and that's exactly what it's supposed to be. That's what it deserves to be. It's been on the earth for 70 years now, and we just want to get her running around the block a little bit, maybe a couple car shows, and there you go. So, as you can see me looking through here at the steering wheel to you, I'm going to pretty much stop what I'm doing. I'm going to clean up. I'm going to go inside and cook up some salmon with some rice. I'm going to munch on that because it's been marinating for like 2 days. And then we'll see you guys next time, live in the 55.